I know it's been a while since we put a video out. There's been a bit of a delay in getting cards through, wait for various backers and stuff like that. But we've got a few coming through in the next few weeks and a month, so I wanted to start making sure we got up as much as we could, as quickly as possible. There's a couple of exciting decks coming. We've got the Lord of the Rings deck, it's finally due from Kingswell Project. They've also just announced the second deck on Kickstarter, so that's worth having a look at if you like the first one. Today I've got this deck. It's called Cyberware. It's from Excelsior Publications. We backed this on Kickstarter back in September 2021, so it's taken a long time to come through, but I think this is one of the last decks that's been caught up in all the trouble caused by the pandemic in terms of shipping and printing. They also had a few problems with the tuck, getting that right. It's nicely foiled, as you can see. This one is the nanotech edition, so it's a bit more colourful than the Rogue deck. I've also ordered a coin, which I'll show you a bit closer in a second. It's glow in the dark, so I'll try and get that working as well. So yeah, we'll get into the deck now, have a look through. So the Cyberware deck, this one is the nanotech edition. So it's kind of hard to see, but the card is a purple stock. It's when this was announced, Cyberpunk 2077 was about to come out, and I think there was a lot of inspiration from that game was drawn into the style and the concept behind. So it's sort of your android, human modification. So the top box itself, this one's 271 at 1500. We've got here, it's kind of like a hard drive, but it's got two reader heads. Side there just says Decapedia Limited, Excelsior playing cards. The back kind of gives vibes of muscle tissue. Also at the same time, it's kind of like wiring or something you see in a sci-fi movie. There's also just hints of this foiling on here to just look like almost like as if it was going to be a QR code or something, but maybe that the technology's moved on from there. But yeah, it's a nice box. It's got kind of a strange feel to it, but like I say, I've been waiting quite a long time for this one, so I'm looking forward to getting into it, seeing what it's about. Also, like I say, I've got this coin. It's really difficult to see, but it's more of the same sort of design. There you go, that hard drive type thing again. I don't know if this would be a language, but we'll get into the top box and have a look at the cards. Okay, so on the Kickstarter thing, I had to go back through just to double check everything. These are supposed to be USPCC playing cards, the classic stock with an air cushion finish. Just to say there's nothing on the inside of the top, it's just blank. So the back design is quite similar to this, but I love the colours they've used. The purple and the yellow sort of orange is really vibrant, has a really nice look to it. I get what they were going for. I can sort of imagine like an artificial intelligence or something like that, something you would see in a movie. Really nice that. So as part of the Kickstarter campaign, there was levels that you could pay for that would get you on some of the certain cards. I think that must have been the top pledge, the editor pledge. Gaff card, and then at the other end, again, the 51st backers on them 2 cards there. So the suits are in this kind of green or purple. So the idea of the aces is it's kind of like a head. At least that's what it says on the campaign anyway. It's supposed to be like a head. I guess it's some sort of future cybernetic tech there. The spades are supposed to be the technical side of the world. So everything's completely custom. The A, I like that it says it's got spades there, and then on number 2, spade 2. That's quite cool. It's a neat little design thing. Pips are custom. As we go through again, it's all custom through here. Even though it's a bit different, it's still really, the design's still really clean. Looks good. Also just noticed at the bottom, it's almost like a little loading bar. Again, just to tell you which card you're on. That's really cool. Right, so I've just had a quick look at the Kickstarter campaign. These aren't specific characters or anything like that, they're just designed to sit in the world. So these would be the text still. The Jack, the Queen, and the King. I really like the design of them. Very custom, very different. They're still reminiscent of what you get out of a normal Jack, but it's a completely custom design. Really nice. So the diamonds are labelled as being the sleeves, which is when one's mind reaches the point where the body cannot support the cyberware physiological burden anymore, can't afford to pay for treatment, they transfer their consciousness to an empty cyborg. So, okay. So that's what the suits are looking at on this. The court cards are, presumably this is like a machine, and then these are the empty cyborgs. Again, really cool designs on them. The clubs are labelled as the hackers. That's pretty self-explanatory in this sense. So the clubs are the hackers. Pretty self-explanatory. But again, the custom design work on this is really cool. You can imagine this guy working in with transparent pop-up screens to go through all the stuff he's going through. That's the King. The Queen again, here we go. So she's got all these different phones. And the Jack with his backpack and his little hat, out in the world hacking. The court design for this, I get the reminiscence of clubs, but it's maybe a little bit too far away from a club. And that leaves the ace of that really quite plain, to be fair. The hearts are the Federation, which is basically your law enforcement and agents and stuff like that for this world. So there's the 3 court cards. And again, yeah, I can imagine them being the law enforcement. A pretty cool design on them. And the courts again, yeah. Sorry, and the pip design again. Very heart shaped, like that. Good design, but like I say, it does, because they've only done the ace of spades, which I get is a traditional one to put a fancy design on, but it leaves the rest of them really quite empty and blank. They could have done something with that. The amount of design that's gone into everything else, they could have made all the ace cards really, really nice. So that's that deck. Again, I like it. The design's fantastic. A couple of areas where they might have been able to do a bit more. I know it's taken a long time to get it through, which isn't their fault. I'm glad it's come through now. It's, like I say, it's a very cool deck. I hope we see more from this designer, but we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, I'm hoping to get a few more decks through in the next couple of weeks, and we'll get them up as soon as we can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.